Hello and welcome to TopX, where we count down the very best that YouTube has to offer. Today we're helping you look creepy, crazy, or just plain bloody with our picks for the top 10 special effects and movie makeup artists on YouTube. A few weeks back, we did a video on the top 10 makeup gurus on YouTube. We had to exclude a lot of great artists that specialize in more outlandish types of makeup. Stuff you would wear to a Halloween party instead of the prom. And that's exactly the kind of tutorials we're checking out here today. We ranked our picks based on a mix of subscriber numbers, views, votes from our users, personal preference, and of course, general impact on the YouTube community. Number 10, Cat Sketch. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the host of this channel, Cat Sketch, is very personable and down to earth. What's funny about this is that she specializes in tutorials that help you turn yourself into all manner of frightening monsters.
It's kind of good if you have next day stringy, gross hair because that's what zombies kind of look like. They don't look really pretty.
There are tons of special effects and makeup artists out there on YouTube, but as you'll see today, many of them do the same looks. Cat Sketch has found a way to differentiate herself from her peers by doing mashups of popular characters. These include a half beauty, half beast look, and her most popular video, which is a half snow-covered face inspired by Frozen.
And now that the creepy eye is in, we are completed with our makeup transformation of Anna being half frozen.
One thing you'll notice about her videos is that she actually narrates the videos with voiceover instead of talking you through it in real time as she's applying the makeup.
And now this is why I'm using blood red lipstick for those petals too, because you need it for the sides of your face as contour.
Not only does this give her points in the tech-savvy department, but it allows her to focus and fine-tune what she wants to say and focus on the makeup as she's applying it.
So I hope you guys like how this creepy amnesia monster turned out. I hope it kind of looks like him. This was one of the hardest makeup tutorials I think I've done in a long time.
Number 9, Emma Pickles. Coming in at number 9 is Emma Pickles, who apparently started using makeup to conquer her crippling shyness. Although she's self-taught, she has carved herself a nice little place out on YouTube.
One of the themes this year is Cabin in the Woods, which is where this beautiful character is from, and this is, of course, Phonicus.
Although she does do a lot of scary stuff like vampires and zombies, she does it with a lot less extra materials like latex. This means that her videos are a little bit easier to follow on a budget, or if you're trying to do them last minute with stuff around the house.
But then that's it. That's our newly infected zombie slash person thing.
Emma actually has a fair amount of nerd cred racked up, as many of her looks are taken from either sci-fi or video games. She has one for Harley Quinn, she has one from Lightning from Final Fantasy, and of course, one for Mystique. Her most popular video, though, is her pop art / comic book style tutorial, which is easier to show than it is to explain.
To get the yellow hair, I use an instant colour hairspray from Superdrug. Because it only coated the top of my hair, the dark hair showing through looked like the black detail in a lot of pop art work. So all I needed to do was add some more black to define a style.
Number 8, Beautiful You TV. Coming up next is Beautiful You TV, a channel that takes the award for most ironic name on this list. I say that because there are a few videos that will help you look beautiful, but her most popular videos are the ones that help you replicate horrendous physical trauma.
Finally, using your angled brush and a sponge, apply fake blood into the wound and around it.
Karina, who runs this channel, specializes in gore. Now, while a lot of other channels you'll see today specialize in this too, what she helps focus on the most is specific injuries. So like glass in the wrist, pins in your mouth, or, her most popular, a nail through the finger.
And this step is very important because depending on what you do and how you do it, your wound will look realistic or not.
What's funny is that while Karina's not helping you with gore makeup, she also specializes in replicating the looks from various music videos, specifically ones by Rihanna.
I've recently seen Rihanna's pictures from the video Princess of China, and I thought it would be a good idea to create an inspired look based on the picture.
Another noteworthy thing about Karina's channel is that she provides Russian subtitles, which has no doubt helped her grow her audience significantly.
Now, I assure you that none of the maggots got hurt during filming of this video, and every single one of them was set free after the video was filmed.
Number 7, Goldie Starling. Goldie Starling, or Angie as she calls herself on her About page, has been, and I quote, putting the art back in YouTube makeup tutorials since 2008. And one look at her thumbnails and you'll agree.
To finish off my dark creature, I added a white wig and this white tulle collar. I thought it was very hussar-esque. And then these horns, these beautiful, fabulous horns are from Nocturnal Designs.
Angie is a master of vivid colors. Whether it's something rather common like a sugar doll look, or something extremely advanced like a Salvador Dali painting that she wears on her face, everything features vivid colors and sharp, well-defined lines.
And to finish off my Dali skull, I'm going to add his famous mustache because you just have to.
Like I mentioned before, Angie claims that she's putting the art back in YouTube makeup tutorials, and she's really not joking. Whether it's something like I mentioned before with the Salvador Dali painting she wears, or even my personal favorite, the Van Gogh.
With a few brushstrokes, Vincent van Gogh has come alive. Hope you enjoyed, and happy painting, guys.
Number 6, EllaMax SFX makeup. EllaMax is the creation of Eleanor Rosander and Max Moser, hence the name EllaMax. While many of these channels specialize in things that would be more appropriate for Halloween, there is one thing that EllaMax does especially well in that sense: gore. Disgusting, graphic, you'll swear it's real, gore.
Then Ellie slaps on a lot of blood here. And after that, we continue to enhance the bruising and the wound effect on the edge.
You'll notice right off the bat that the production value of EllaMax's videos are head and shoulders above the rest. That's because Max is a photographer and not a makeup artist. So not only is each shot carefully composed, but the projects are also tightly edited and narrated with voiceover, giving each tutorial the look of a professional production.
Then we use more cotton. This time we dip it in fake blood or something red-ish to really make some more fleshy fibers.
The tutorials are so detailed and the makeup so convincing that while these would obviously turn heads at a Halloween party, they might be better suited for a movie or a photo shoot. Though they have nowhere near to as many subscribers or views as pretty much anyone else on this list, their professionalism and high quality pushes them ahead of many of their peers.
And we wrap it all up with our bloody scab wet look blood. And there you go. That's one freaky clown for you.
Number 5, Kiana Jones SFX. We really hope you aren't sick of gore tutorials because we got another one coming and I think we're only just about halfway done. Hailing from Perth, Australia is the self-taught Kiana Jones, or Freakmo as she goes on YouTube.
So you can lift your fingers up pretty far before you see the fingers underneath. But otherwise, from this angle, it works pretty well.
For those of you who thought that the gore tutorials we've looked at so far were not detailed enough, Kiana Jones might be just what you're looking for. She divides her more elaborate tutorials into different parts, often starting with the creation of the molds or props in the earlier bits, and then moving to the actual application in the later episodes. While these are certainly a little less DIY because they require complex things like modeling clay and latex molds, for those of you that really want to make that sliced cheek look as convincing as possible, accept no substitute.
So I'm going to put like a rough layer first over everything and then let it kind of dry a little bit. And once it's dry, I'm going to go over it and just remove a lot of the blood. So my reference image has a lot of dried blood.
On top of her straight-up tutorials, she has a lot of videos that teach you how to use her various tools, like modeling clay or latex, which is very useful if you want to make gore of your own. Number 4, Claire Delis's art. After wading through an intense amount of blood, gore, and assorted biomatter, we finally come to another channel that'll help you look kinda cool instead of just injured. Coming in at number 4 is Claire Delis's art.
Finish with a few extra stripes and tiny details like the whiskers or a few dots. And that's it, you're done.
While it's not 100% related to the subject of this list, one thing that Claire does specialize in is nails. No, not nails through your finger, although she coincidentally does have one for a staple through the finger, but colorful, creative designs for your fingernails. Her focus on hands doesn't actually stop there, as she's the only channel on this list that features hand art makeup as well.
And with a really thick black dot, place a dot right in the middle of the eye, and then with the white, create some highlights.
Of course, you can't have an SFX and movie makeup channel without doing some face stuff, and of course Claire does tons of that stuff too. Her tutorials are mostly focused on fantasy things, everything from a porcelain doll to Darth Maul.
Now, you really want to apply your contact lenses before you've painted your face because you don't want anything to get stuck behind the lens.
One cool thing you should definitely check out on her channel is her series on the 7 deadly sins, where she makes herself up to be one of the 7 deadly sins, like greed, pride, or lust.
For the lips, I'm going to be using a mulberry colour, and I'm going to completely change the shape of my lips. I'm going to create a sharp point on the Cupid's bow, and then for the lips I'm going to draw out in the corner and then connect that to the Cupid's bow.
Number 3, Pink Stylist, Charlie Short. With a name like Pink Stylist, you'd be forgiven if you didn't guess that this was a channel run by a guy, a young man named Charlie Short.
I went off on a little bit of a tangent and made it a bit darker than it usually is with the blood and yeah, but I don't know, my own little gory twist on it.
While almost all of the channels we've seen today are inspired by movies, Charlie's looks are pretty much all ripped directly from film, usually sci-fi or horror. He's got one for Pinhead from Hellraiser, one for Reagan, the little girl from The Exorcist, and one for Chucky from Child's Play.
And yeah, that's it. So I finished off the look by applying 2 really super bright blue contact lenses, just because they look more dull-eyed and that's the kind of lens he has in the film.
One of the best parts about his channel is that once he's done putting together these really scary looks, he goes on Omegle and scares the crap out of other people on webcam, making his channel a bit of a hybrid between makeup tutorials and prankster. Lastly, one thing that should not go unmentioned is the pure dedication that Charlie puts into his channel. He updates on a weekly basis, making his channel one of the most active and dependable in the genre. Number 2, mystiquedope 2111. So, a few weeks ago when we did Makeup Gurus, a lot of you were wondering where Promise Fan was. And here she is.
On top of that, I'm gonna put on this horns and my Maleficent look is complete.
Mystique, or Promise, is actually dangerously close to being sort of a makeup guru, but it's her stalwart dedication to making herself look like other people, specifically movie characters and other celebrities, both male and female, that lands her on this list.
For the final touch, I used a long brown wig and a pair of green eye contacts.
Now, I say she turns herself into movie characters, but there is one thing that really defines Promise, and that is Disney princesses. Her most popular video is her turning herself into Elsa from Frozen, but she has pretty much the entire Disney canon covered, from Pocahontas to Snow White.
And at the end, I'm gonna top it off with this brown lip gloss.
There's tons of people out there that'll help you mess your face up, but we couldn't cover them all, so here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Made You Look, Alexis Fleming. Our pick for number 1 is Alexis Fleming, who is in charge of the mind-blowing Made You Look channel.
I'm Lex from Made You Look, and I'm a makeup artist and body painter.
While someone like Promise Fan will help you look like a completely different person, Alexis Fleming will help you look like something that is completely not a person. Alexis's tutorials vary so much that it's actually kind of hard to find a connecting thread. All that you can really say for certain is that they are all almost total transformations. Her tutorials are so insanely elaborate and creative that she's essentially completely unrecognizable by the end.
I'm also using the same metallic yellow eyeshadow to shade around the entire section of the neck and the shoulders.
These tutorials are definitely some of the most intense that we've seen today. Even looks that are relatively simple, like a skull face, are done with a staggering level of detail. All that to say is that these videos are as much a showcase of her talents as an artist as they are tutorials on how to do the makeup yourself.
Also use this to outline your face and your ears. It may be a little tough outlining your ears yourself, so you might want to have someone help you.
Well, that's it for today's countdown. Be sure to check out our episode on Makeup Gurus to see if there's anyone that you think we left off here. You can also vote on our website for upcoming episodes. And for more great top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.